Righty. So I was surfing the web and I stumbled this, well, not stumbled. I noticed that um Tommy G has just um published a video. It is a banger. I know. Just from the title, I know he dropped a banger. Inside the world most expensive doomsday bunker. Let's watch it.
You think you would survive a nuclear blast? Where would you go?
But I need to wire up.
If a biological weapon was unleashed in your country? And what would you do if there was extreme civil unrest due to food shortages? Folks, experts warn that if you are caught within 100 miles downwind of a nuclear explosion, your chance for surviving the fallout is almost zero, unless you have a bunker. Right now, billionaire elites are
Even if
quietly
you have a
building
bunker.
massive underground fortresses, and it makes me wonder, what do they know that we don't? So to find out, I tracked down the number one bunker builder in the world, Ron Hubbard, the founder of Atlas Survival Shelters. He's been in the business for over 20 years and has built bunkers for people like Mark Zuckerberg, Kim Kardashian, Mr. Beast, and Andrew Tate. And those are just the people he's allowed
Mr.
to
Beast has
talk
a
about,
bunker?
because most of his ultra-wealthy clients have him
All
bound by
right.
strict NDAs. So today we head to Texas to visit Ron and see exactly what it takes to survive the end of the world. But first, a quick word from the sponsor of today's episode. Folks, let's talk a little bit about money and financial strategy, because most of us have bank accounts where our money sits and collects
Come
almost
on,
no
Tommy.
interest. What if I told you there's a place that offers 3.75 APY, which is 9. All right, folks, we are just outside Dallas, Texas, and we have a very fascinating story for you today. We're diving
Seriously, you
into the
think
world of
someone's gonna
millionaire
survive
and billionaire bunkers. And to
a
me, this is
nuclear
like the
war?
new Rolex. Like, everyone that has a lot of money seems to be getting a bunker. And I want to know why.
Especially
Do they know something
if
that
you're
we
in the thick
don't?
of it.
For the rest of us that can't afford a bunker,
You're not surviving
what
that.
options do we have?
Nobody
And what
is.
are these people running from?
Even if you have a
that
bunker.
Can we prepare for it at all? We're going to talk to the number one bunker guy in the world, I think it's fair to say. We're about to pull up to the business Atlas Survival Shelters, and we're going
Atlas.
to get this party started.
I know this company. I've heard of it.
Hey, Tommy G.
Hey.
Well, come on in. Here, working, I have a PhD in architecture, I have a master's in science, and I got a master's in physics. E equals building bomb shelters. He's trying to extend life, and I'm trying to save life.
Tell the people who you are and where we are.
Well, I'm Ron Hubbard. I'm the founder and owner of Atlas Survival Shelters, and we are about an
You're
hour
trying to
from
make
Dallas
money,
right now in a
not
small
extend
town
life.
called Sulphur Springs, Texas. Population about 15,000.
Why the heck did you start a survival shelter business?
Well, I like to joke around and say my modeling career wasn't going so well. You know, it became a side business for me. You know, I got into it like 15 years ago in 2011. I was in LA making doors, and in the back of my factory, I started making bomb shelters out of culvert pipe. And I did it for, you know, quite a few years, and then I got this idea that, you know what, I should make a small bomb shelter and put it underneath the house.
So is this more of a luxury man cave, or is this really to survive something crazy?
No, it's really to survive something, but we try to make it look like a luxury man cave. If you look on my plaque right here, there's Tristan Tate, Zuckerberg, there's Kim Kardashian.
I'd rather
right
take
there.
my
Zuckerberg,
chances
you know, but I get everybody
on the outside
famous, it seems like.
than
Kim
be
Kardashian
stuck
isn't the only one with a bunker. It
in a
seems
place like
President
this
Trump is motivated to build one as well. You've probably heard about the
for
taxpayer
like
funded
months.
$400 million ballroom, but what isn't as widely talked about is the supposed 6-story underground bunker that's
Unless I
part of the
really
project. And
had
with
to.
Trump's totally ethical son-in-law Jared Kushner also trying to build a bunker compound in Albania, it makes you wonder why some of the most powerful people in the world all seem to be scrambling
Indeed.
to create a structure that could
I've heard
survive
about
a nuke.
the Albanians coming out to the street protesting against that.
Business, but in recent times, you might
Yes,
project as high
sir.
as 50 million.
Yeah.
What's driving that?
Well, we actually did that. It's the times.
In a month of business.
Yeah.
And the war is driving a lot of that right now.
Yeah, it will go back down to normal.
Tell me about the bunkers that you made for the Tate brothers.
Well, the bunkers for the Tate brothers, we're actually building it right now. Of course, you know, they got thrown in jail and it got delayed. First, we were going to build them a steel bunker. We designed it. We're going to manufacture it at our plant in Poland. Then we realized that we couldn't really transport it to the property where they got it. Basically, they ordered a Corvette and they're getting a Lamborghini. You're getting more bunker than what you paid for. But they're one of the very few clients that I have that's actually going to let me film their bunker after it's done. Most of these high net worth clients, you sign an NDA before you even know who the client is.
Tell me about the Kardashian bunker.
Well, the Kardashian bunker, I did an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. At the time, this was like 5 years ago, they wanted to shoot in a bunker. So I made them a round culvert shelter. It was 12 foot diameter and 50 foot long, basically the same bunker that I have for myself. And we shipped it out to Calabasas. We set it up. It was like in June or July. I would say that their bunker was
WD.
more of a
truck
setup than doing the installation, because we never even got to get it in the ground for them to shoot it. We shot it above ground in the bunker, but before it was ever installed. All right, let me give you a quick tour of the factory here. So
I mean,
my company has pivoted.
To be honest,
from not only
you could have a bunker,
making
okay?
bunkers,
I'm just gonna yap for a minute. You could have a bunker. Yes. Let's say you have a, I don't know, technical issue. Who's gonna fix it? You? No. So you need an engineer. All right. You have an engineer. And that engineer needs to be an electrician, plumber, I don't know, air filters, all these. What else? The water supply stuff, all this. You need an engineer that can fix all these. Unless you want to learn and study how to do that by yourself, for yourself, and then you're gonna realize that buying an island in the middle of nowhere is the safest bet. So eventually you're just gonna go buy an island. And then you're gonna get bored and there's no war, nuclear war, whatever, and you're just gonna turn into an Epstein Island. I guess that's what happened with him.
but
Jeez.
teaching people how to make bunkers.
Really?
And then I sell the parts. So what I'm doing now is I'm teaching 1,000 people how to make bomb shelters, and I'm supplying all the parts to them.
Brilliant. I noticed that you make a lot of bomb shelters for the mega millionaires and the billionaires, but is this more of the affordable, everyday man's?
This is the everyday man shelter. Here, let me show you one. It's right here. I didn't open my business to service billionaires and millionaires. I opened my business to make those culvert shelters like that one right there for people like me, because I wanted one. So I started making those round culvert shelters, and then I started making these square ones.
That's where the
because
money
these
is.
can go underneath the house. Okay? And then I
There
got
are
the
like,
idea
what,
of mass producing
100
one that
billionaires
everybody
in the
can afford,
States?
that I eliminate the labor out of it.
Maybe
This is
less
my
even.
level 1 shelter.
So
my least best design of the shelters, but it's also the least expensive. When you get
you're gonna
into
build
my
like what?
bigger bunkers, they basically are EMP
One
proof.
bunker a
They're
year?
a level 4 bunker, basically with up
But
to
you build
1
like
to
10
2
a year,
meters thick of
small
concrete
ones.
around them.
How are you
Just
able
continue
to
with
test
profit.
this concept and make sure that it can survive nuclear fallout?
What's protecting you from nuclear fallout is not the shelter itself, but the amount of earth between you and the surface. As long as that hole's 3 feet deep and you have enough
The
90-degree turns in there,
radiation
you can
cannot
crawl
go through
underground
it.
and survive
Well,
nuclear fallout
cannot
there.
go
Can your
through
bunker survive a nuclear bomb?
thick
It
stuff.
depends its
Like,
proximity to the bomb. I mean, if the bunker's buried in the ground and it is a ground burst which hits the ground, no bunker in the world can survive, because it's going to leave a crater 300 foot deep and probably 600 to 900 feet wide. They are designed to survive nuclear fallout, any kind of chemical attacks or chemical event that would be caused from nuclear warfare. They're designed to survive any kind of biological attack or any kind of biological situation. So let's say some country develops a plague that's airborne, and you got to go into an airtight environment. That's what I build.
You got to know your science to be able to build these.
To work here, you got to have a PhD or a master's. You got to understand the
Unless they
structural
tamper
part
with
of
your
how deep you gotta
filters,
be. You got to
because the
understand
filters
physics
stay
of the
on
slap
top,
from the wave. The science comes
outside
in
the bunker.
of understanding
And that's
how
why
the
they hide them
radiation
with
will
like
affect you and your body.
rocks,
So if
grass,
you put it
thick
together, that
trees.
team can make underground nuclear bomb shelters. This you would think is a bomb shelter. It's big enough, but it's actually just the engine room to a bomb shelter. See,
Well,
when you see the
I guess
bunkers,
the
living
richer you are,
quarters,
the
that's
richer
just
you are, the
living quarters.
the
This is
more
where the
insecure
diesel
you are.
generator goes. That middle room is for batteries. The other room is a decon room, and the other room is a mud room. So there's 4 rooms before you even get to the bunker.
So how many of these bunkers are you turning out a month, would you say?
Not enough. Remember, this is R&D. Like I said, everything we do in here looks like the factory, but it's not a production line yet. We try to break even. We're not really trying to make money on the people. We're trying to gather data.
Even when you sell to a billionaire, you're not trying to make money?
I mean, we're not trying to lose money, but we're not so concerned about making money as we are about perfecting the product. Now listen, when I started doing this, there were 6 other people doing it. Now there's just 1, and that's me. 2 of the companies made bunkers that 3 people died in each one. 1 blew up, and the other 3 died from H2S gas.
To me, it says a lot about the state of the world that these things are going through the roof right now in sales. And what I think is really cool is that humans do tend to innovate their way through big problems. And you see it right in action right here. But at the same time, you wonder, do we have to live in a world where people should be thinking about
Thank you.
nuclear
That's what I'm
fallout
talking
and
about.
bombs and bunkers? And I don't know, maybe I'm a little hippy-dippy Bob Marley, but there's got to be a better way. Tell me about any unique features about Mr. Beast's bunker.
It feels
Why do we
like the
have to
inside was
live
like
in
a-
constant
like an
fear
alien
of having a
ship. It was
nuclear war?
very out of this world, I might say. We actually combined one of our round culvert shelters along with one of our square modular shelters. And one was at one level, and then you went down the stairs, and there was another level. When the episode cleared or was over, and they spent 100 days in my bunker, and they won $700,000, they needed the B-roll shot of the money on fire for the promotion. And they had a fire suppression system added for this event. So when they went to burn the money for the shot, the fire suppression system didn't work, and it burnt the entire bunker down. It was really made for YouTube type video. When everything was said and done, it cost like $1.2 million.
No way.
the
So in this
attitude
video,
in
they actually
2011,
could
when
have
I asked
died?
people, what are the odds you think you'll see
Mr.
World War III in your lifetime?
Beast.
You know what it was? In 2011,
Gee,
it was like
geez, they
1
could
or
have
2%.
sued the
If I
life
ask you
out of him.
today, what are the odds you will see World War III in your lifetime? Guess what it is? Way over 50%. I think World War III will happen in 30 years. But what you will see probably next year or the year after, you will see a plague, a biblical plague like you've never seen before. You see, the wealthy people are not worried about nuclear war. They're worried about plagues. And then they're worried about civil unrest after the plague. But I did a video, why is Bill Gates building so many bomb shelters? And then Bill Gates in the video says, I put the likelihood of nuclear fallout in my lifetime as very unlikely, but I put the odds of a plague greater than Ebola in my lifetime at greater than 50%.
Yeah, through the Bill Gates institution.
Matter of fact,
They're
right
working
here,
on
you can
that
show the
shit.
clip.
This is the greatest risk of a huge
Trump
tragedy.
allegedly.
This is the most likely thing by far to kill over 10 million excess people in a year.
How did COVID impact your business?
COVID caused the business to increase and become more steady, and more people realize that they didn't think that was the big one, but they think the big one.
Hey, I just realized something.
I think you'll see a plague.
When
in
this dude,
2027 or
when he turns
2028.
on the TV
Worse than COVID.
and see
Just from what
a
I
war there,
predict,
a
what I see,
plague
and what I
here,
know,
shit is not
That's just when
going,
the billionaires
stock
think they're
market is
building
all over the
No.
place.
I'll put it
place.
this way.
He goes
50%
like,
of the scientists that created the COVID
this
vaccine
is
have
good
been
for
in this office
business.
buying bunkers from me. I get it from talking to them. Okay?
Good for you,
This
man.
is coming from the people
It is what it is.
who
After all, it's a
created the
business,
COVID
you know?
vaccine, coming now to get bunkers for the future of what they
A
think
doctor
is
doesn't
coming.
operate you and be like, you're sick, this is good
You
for
can tell these
business.
boys are
No,
working hard. They got their
it's just
toolbox.
business.
They got their Zen. These guys are fired up. They're ready to work. You guys are making bunkers for millionaires and billionaires. What does it make you feel like is coming in the world?
I feel like, I don't know, I like the crap out of it. I've been here for like 3 years, and like, dude, it's awesome. Everything that, yeah, he's been here longer than I have, but every day it's something new. It's like something custom. You get to meet people that are prepping for, you know, like real life stuff that happens out in the world. So it's kind of crazy, you know, what's going on.
It's crazy stuff, and I've been paying attention to what's going on. Like I said, I've been watching videos and been paying attention to independent media, and I would say the need for one is imminent.
Part of me thinks like most people cannot
Imminent?
afford a bunker. So what can the average person back home do?
There's your master.
So,
You're a
I
master.
have at least a bachelor's of physics, and I'm working my master's. And I would say,
oh,
dig yourself a cave.
Do you guys think Israel is something to do
W
with this
man,
shit?
a bachelor in physics
100%.
Absolutely.
All we
and
need
working on
is
his master.
one nuke, just one nuke from one country, North Korea, Iran. Now, if Iran had
Well
one, they would
done,
probably
buddy.
launched it. Then everyone would be panicking and calling me and saying, all right, it can happen. You know, these people who say, I'd just rather die when the bomb goes off, those exact people are going to be the very first one trying to find a bunker to crawl into and say, let me in, let me in. Yeah, it's a
One's for the Israeli kid. So
No, that's a Israeli blast door. We need the $2,000 gas tight door. That's a $6,500 door. So you got the wrong door.
Okay.
The Israelis made the gasket, or the customers?
Well,
Israeli?
it's funny. Everything you see right there was made in Switzerland or Israel. We don't
What
make this
the
in America.
heck?
See, there's no demand for the items that you see right here because bomb shelters are not an everyday way of life. Where you go to Israel, every house and every apartment has a bomb shelter, and in Switzerland, every house and every building has a bomb shelter. So they have demand that's built in because the building code states so.
I understand
I'm
why
working on
Israel-
changing the building codes in America.
They're literally
or at
causing
least
shit
give
everywhere.
People an option that the builder can
But
say, hey, do you want your
Switzerland?
house to have a safe room or not?
inside a
Oh,
billionaire's
maybe it is
compound,
because
what
they
kind of
don't have
things
an
have you noticed?
army.
They keep them quiet. They keep them hidden. Even the contractors that are building a home, maybe right on top of them, they may not even know that.
Now it
And
clicks.
a lot of them have to sign an NDA.
Oh, absolutely. We all do. Absolutely. Yeah, we're not to divulge any names or locations or anything like that.
People do not want people to know they have a shelter. We come in incognito. We have no names on our trucks. Matter of fact, when we invoice the people, my factory doesn't even know who the customer is. So let's say you're Bill Gates. It will just say Bill Seattle on the invoice. So my office and my employees never know exactly who is buying a bomb shelter.
And why do you think they're so secretive?
Boy, this is like one of those things that, I mean, it's more secretive than
Because
a bank account.
it's
you can
easy.
probably ask them, where do you bank?
I
And they
know
may
that,
tell you,
for example, I
JP
don't know,
Morgan or Raymond James or Bank of America.
GP Morgan,
someplace.
like he
But
said,
then ask them,
if he has a
"Where's your bomb
shelter here
shelter?"
in,
I'm not telling you.
Texas,
What we are walking into
let's
is a
say,
bunker
for example,
that Ron's clients at the millionaire level would purchase.
shit hits the fan in Texas, I know where is a shelter I could go
This is the
and
composite floor that you see on
freaking
a nice
It's
deck.
similar to Trex deck. It's a timber tech. You got
Squat
a
it.
full shower, toilet. You got all the plumbing. You got a sink.
damn, it looks nice.
countertops. Look at this.
We do offer like electric stoves. We don't do anything propane or gas into a bunker because then you have reverse osmosis filtration. You got hot water. You got just a regular sediment filter before it comes in. Microwave. This is a smaller air system. This is a 75. So we have different size filters depending on how many people you plan on having in there, how much square footage. So under the floor we've got 300-gallon water tanks. And then there's room to put food, water, any kind of stuff like that, any storage stuff. So there's plenty of room under. You can put your like number 10 can. You can put dry goods. You can put a lot of stuff down there. That's what we offer a lot of times is underfloor storage because then you got all your square footage, but you still also have room to put things. You're not all cluttered in here.
So this is a nice bunker, but it's still in the more basic level, right?
Yeah, this is a smaller one. There were some custom things that was done for this customer. So I mean, there's a lot of different routes you can go. But yeah, absolutely.
What do you think this bunker goes for?
Probably in 150, around 150K. And that's without install. So the install, there's a contractor that will install it.
Okay,
as well. We work
well,
closely with the
reasonable. That's a reasonable price. $115.
I I've done a few bunkers for ex-cabinet members of Donald Trump. I don't want to spread any fear. It's not like they think anything is certain, as far as I know, except the future.
Nobody knows.
And the future doesn't look too well.
From an off-the-record source, I heard about highly classified bunkers that are massive in scale sprinkled around the country. I'm talking about places like Mount Weather and Raven Rock that are built for military use and government officials in the event of disaster. And they are
Oh,
so
I've seen
big
one.
that if a nuke was inbound,
I've seen
all
one where
535
they actually
members of
could
the
drive
Congress and Senate would be able to live
semi-trucks
there for a prolonged
inside.
time.
It
We are
was
talking about
huge.
underground engineering
Brother,
is
that
incredibly
was scary.
Do any of the people buying bunkers from you cite aliens as a reason that they're getting them?
Not a one.
No?
No, look, man, these people buying bunkers are not crazy. These are wealthy multi-millionaires. Look, I don't get many poor customers. The average customer I'm getting spends about $300,000 on a bunker, okay? But I've sold more million-dollar bunkers in the last year than I've ever sold in my life. I mean, right now, I've got 60 active projects. The largest project we're working on right now is 40,000 square feet, about $30 million.
A 40,000 square foot bunker sounds excessive. How many people do you think will stay in this bunker?
My installer just finished up two 36,000.
It's not about how many people. It could be one person. It's about where is it located. Where a bunker is located could tell you a lot
I'm not supposed to talk too much
about
about
And
it.
they're using
what are they afraid of.
Yeah, but it's in another country. Yeah.
Of course, the government will spend our money to buy a bunker for a problem that they exacerbated with our money.
Created,
These
you might
bunkers
say.
were for just the regular people. These were not bunkers for rich people. These were just basic bunkers. For
It's the same
everyday
everywhere.
person. If you can
Every
make it to
government
facility,
does the
You
same.
get to go in that bunker and you get to sleep in a cot. This builder is building 70 to 86 houses. The houses with the bunker in like 10 acres up to 20 acres of land is right at $2 million, $1.99 million. And you're going to see them, you're like, golly, I want these houses. They're beautiful. Ron is taking us down the road to a development of multi-million-dollar homes where every house in the neighborhood comes with a doomsday bunker.
Comes. Oh, this is a nice area.
Purely bunker mansion kind of development.
We've got about 70 lots out here for home sites, and each one of them will have a full underground survival shelter built into them. And what's great about the bunkers here is they're not just for, you know, a nuclear fallout scenario, right? Therefore, you know, a big storm comes through. We're in East Texas, you get tornadoes. So it's just a safe place to go.
You want to give us a tour of the house and the bunker?
Absolutely, I'll come in.
Is the house also built around survival as well, or just the bunker?
So it's just the bunker. You know, these houses, they do run on solar, so you know you have some longevity built in there.
Oh, look at this.
Yeah, we spend some time
Damn,
and
that's
put
beautiful.
really cool features in that really make them look special.
It's a
above
good
ground.
looking place. Expensive good looking place.
So this is the full living area here. Obviously got the dining entry area and the kitchen. We've got a couple bedrooms back here. We've got the non-formal living with our secret entry into the bunker, which is pretty neat. So we're about to go check that out. So this is the non-formal living. So this is the comfortable living area, right? So this is where you're gonna come watch TV with the kids when you're just hanging out for a night.
So you put a couple of the pistols and ARs here, so when the knocks start happening, now,
Oh.
okay, I have to move. What happens?
The pistols and the fun stuff are downstairs. So we're gonna go check that out.
Ooh. Oh!
So
I
right
had a
now
door.
we're walking down into the bunker itself. We're coming to the first set of 2 bomb-proof blast doors. So these are gas tight. They are
Imagine
supplied by Atlas Survival
you go
Shelters.
in
This is 8
and
inches of solid concrete
you
and
don't
steel
take your cell phone with you or anything. I doubt it. You could use a cell
So
phone.
this is actually the decontamination room.
If you
So
don't
this
have
one's
like
got
a
shower built in, so you'd
lane
come in,
phone, something
this
like
door would
that.
be shut here. You'd open this door. You'd come
And you
in,
close
you'd
that
rinse
door,
the
and you get
fallout off
stuck.
yourself. You'd open this door and then enter into
Imagine.
your bunker. As you can see, this thing
Like what
doesn't
happened
feel like a
to,
bunker.
I think it was the Rothschild, one of them. He got stuck in one of his
We've got some pretty
safe
sweet features
one of
built
his
in, like this gun cabinet over
vaults.
here. Yeah, so it's actually got to keep that
And
entry, so
I
you
think it
can
was,
push in your
I don't know,
code,
counting his
open
money
and
or
close it
his
as you
wealth or
will.
something like that. He got
We hope our
stuck
nuke never hits. So this is just
inside.
gonna be like a really cool feature of the
And they
house.
didn't
That when you
even
bring
bother to
people
look
over,
for him
oh, did
until
you go to so and
a
so's
month or
bunker?
more.
It's gonna be
Yeah, absolutely, and that's kind of why we designed this space the way we did. We didn't want it to feel
This is
just like it
spacious.
was built for one purpose only, and that was to come down
With
here in case a
ARs.
nuke goes off, right?
As you watch the populace fight over the grocery stores that remain, and you know all these world leaders are getting taken out, you can sit in your bunker and just think, I'm gonna be okay for a few more days.
Oh, absolutely.
The idea is that the
Few more
shelter
days.
is built
Few
for
more
peacetime,
days.
but with the closing of those two doors and the turning on of the air system, this becomes a certified nuclear bomb shelter within about 60 seconds.
Absolutely. We haven't checked out this feature either. Why don't you open that thing up and see what's behind there?
Texas? I'm gonna say either a gun or a steak. Oh, this is the escape hatch.
That's the escape tunnel there.
Okay.
So that little hole that you're seeing in that top hatch, that's what you'll actually unscrew in the event that you want to go out that tunnel. That will let the about 3 feet of sand drain out from there, and then you can actually undo the hatch and make your way out.
Okay, so another question that comes to mind is
3
if a
feet of
nuclear bomb
sand
hits, the population goes down,
in a hole
my
this
wife
big.
survives. We have to have a place to start repopulating.
Oh, that's
Can you take me
nothing.
to the bedroom over here.
Well, we've got a pretty
That's
nice
nothing. You could
bedroom.
easily
Plenty
like
of room for repopulating. in here,
breathe
as you
through
can see.
that
We've
while
got a
it
full
falls.
queen bed.
Yeah, I could do some things in here. Yeah.
So this is the fun closet. So this
Tins,
is
huh?
where the actual air exchange happens and the air filtration. So that's actually bringing in the fresh air.
Really key part of this bunker being survivable is this right here. Can you explain what this does for the survivability?
Exactly what I'm talking about.
This is a Swiss-made NBC air filtration system, okay? And what this does, the air comes in, it goes through a pre-filter up here. So there's a HEPA filter up here. The air passes down. The hose would be hooked up to here. Then the air will pass through a second HEPA filter through 106 pounds of carbon, tetacarbon, activated carbon. It would take out all the gases. It will eliminate the radiation particles and basically come back through here and give you breathable air. So it comes in at the rate of 88 cubic feet a minute filtered, and it comes in at the rate of 176 cubic feet a minute of unfiltered air. So if you were down here and you were locked the door, you still got to turn on the air system because you got to breathe. So the air system's on right there now. So now it's blowing air. Okay, and that's all the sound that it makes. You laugh about it, but there's going to come a time in 20, 30, 40 years that the people who have these bunkers will be the only survivors.
Yeah. I think it'll be a lot.
Not really.
Who are the leaders of these countries around the world? Because right now I feel like we're on a collision course with conflict because our leaders are choosing that. I don't think most people want the conflict that's happening in the world. So hopefully we can vote our way into a safer future. But it seems
Vote?
like, I mean, it doesn't matter, Democrat, Republican, the last 20 odd years, the war machine has been fed. I don't care if you're talking Obama, Bush, Trump, although Trump's doing it pretty big right now. The military industrial complex is going to make it necessary for stuff like this to happen. The year is 2046. We voted the first lesbian in office, and I think the Americans are safe again, but I'm not sure. Actually, we're probably in a lot more trouble. If you know anything about
2046.
statistics, lesbian couples are the highest domestic violence couples. Did you know that?
Yeah, they are. They have the highest divorce.
Shout out to the gay dudes out there. You guys are really leading the charge.
It's Pride Month.
Okay, so these solar panels
That's
are
hilarious.
key for this bunker function, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That
So
is
these are pretty
hilarious.
simple solar panels, pretty standard, some that you'd see mounted on people's roofs or something like that. But since we've got the extra acreage out here, we actually decided to do a full solar field like this.
And they can just switch it when disaster strikes and they need to go on the solar panels.
Absolutely.
If there's a cloud from the nuclear explosion, what happens to these solar panels?
Well, these stop generating electricity for you. But the good news is we've got enough battery backup in that thing to last you days. So, and if you're exclusively running the bunker, you're gonna last weeks. So that's the nice thing about that. This one just finished.
So not
this
enough.
one is going on the market, well, as of now. So as this video is coming out, this thing will be up for sale. Your floor safe's in this house if y'all want to go look at that.
Show them the floor safe. This is one of my 4 inventions that I have patents on.
It's actually got 4 lock bolts, one in each corner here. That comes with a special key that nobody else has. So these go in each corner. You'd take those 4 out, and then you'd lift up this real heavy door, and then that's your underground safe. So it actually wraps around and goes underneath.
Gosh, I feel like that could be a dungeon or something. I don't want to go down there.
Isn't that cool? It's only about 2 feet deep. It's really just for hiding guns and ammo and survival food.
I feel like preppers love shit like this.
I love shit like this. Yeah.
And tucked in over here is going to be your secret entrance down into the bunker. That
I would
pushes
disguise
open.
it with books. Not a lot of people read, so no one's going to look over there.
Absolutely. So this one's not completely finished. We haven't turned the power on. But this is the upstairs landing area. Of course, you got your stairs that go down.
Personally, as soon as I see that
part of this bunker business is
solar panels and the air filter exit or intake,
the survival aspects of it. From
you see that? It's behind them. That's the air filter intake. As soon as you see that,
absolutely, yeah. So it's above grade now. That's why you see it. But you can actually come in now that it's backfilled, completely covered with dirt. You can come in, cut that tunnel, and put your protective barrier over it, and cover that with earth, and plant your grass over here. And you'd actually never
cover it with whatever.
This thing is here.
As soon as you see that and see solar panels,
standing on top of the bunker. So we've actually got about
you know
2
it's a
feet,
bunker.
a little over 2 feet of dirt on top of the bunker. And then we've got our concrete, our steel reinforcements. This thing is completely engineered as well.
Well, folks, this was a look inside the world of bunkers, and I'm pretty fascinated by what I saw. You have an interesting job, man.
It's cool, isn't it? I think I have the best job in the world, at least right now.
And that is the mission of life, is to wake up and feel like you have the best job in the world. That's how I feel. I'm glad you feel that way. Everyone back home, keep chasing, keep experimenting, keep trying until you stumble upon that. Because then when you have the mission of life flowing through your veins, who could stop you?
Can't complain.
Indeed.
Thanks a lot.
Pleasure, brother. See you guys next week. Peace.